What do you really want? And are you in alignment with with your purpose?
Hi, everybody. I am making this video because I love books, as you can see. And the books that I love the most are books that speaks of consciousness, that speaks of alignment. So this video was inspired by the Keke Palmer podcast when she had Oprah Winfrey as a guest. In fact, I was so inspired, honey, that she mentioned 3 books. I ended up getting 2 of the books that she mentioned. One of them is The Seat of the Soul by Gary Zukov. I can't wait to read this. This is on my TBR. And the other book that she mentioned by Eckhart Tolle, A New Earth. Now, everybody on TikTok talking about she mentioned The Power of Now. I didn't hear that. I heard another book that's The Bluest Eyes or something like that, but I already have The Power of Now. Absolutely amazing. And a lot of these books, I know A New Earth and The Power of Now is for free on YouTube audio. And I'm going to go ahead and post those links if I can find any audio that I can ever find on YouTube. I will always post it in the links. But anywho, I got so inspired that I wanted to share my most inspirational clips from the interview. This first interview I'm getting ready to show, Oprah Winfrey talks about being in alignment. I got notes here. She talks about being in alignment with your purpose. And I believe that's the reason she brought up both of these books, because The Seat of the Soul. And here's the thing. It says, with prefaces by Oprah Winfrey and Maya Angelou from the author. Anywho, she talks about A New Earth, talks about awakening to your life's purpose. So she talks about alignment and purpose a lot. She talks about finding your purpose, and how I find my purpose is through shadow work and journaling. Oprah Winfrey mentions journaling, and so do I on this channel. The power of writing out your thoughts, journaling, getting your thoughts out, being authentic, not wearing a mask, giving yourself permission to be you. I'm going to go ahead and play the clip.
What do you really want? And are you in alignment with with your purpose? As I was going to say, the great teaching from Seat of the Soul for me, there's a great line in there that says, when your personality, you have a great one, you have a big one, your personality's huge, okay? Ginormous personality, comes to serve the energy of your soul. That is authentic empowerment. So that means when you are using, no matter who you are, if you are using your personality, your talents, your gifts, to serve the deeper reason why you're here, then you are in alignment with purpose, and nobody can touch you. No weapon formed against you shall prosper, because you are in alignment with that thing, that force that makes the sun come up every morning. You are in alignment with that thing. And so why am I going to walk in a room and feel that because I'm a black woman, anything other than I am supposed to be here? Because God is the one who paved the way for me. I did not get here by myself.
Okay, that clip in particular was very, very important to me, and it resonated with my soul so much because my personality is huge. I don't know if y'all watched my Somebody's Wife book review. It was absolutely unhinged. I have a huge personality, and for so many years coming up, people have been trying to dim my light. So that was so important for me to hear. Sometimes what's right from wrong, and even if somebody is dimming your light, you can sense it, but it's like it's a difference. Sometimes you just got to hear it again. I like when she talked about purpose, finding your purpose. That in this era is where I am. I am journaling. I am doing a lot of shadow work, and I am closing chapters. I am blocking people. I am getting down to the root of my childhood and the things that happened. I am rewriting stories of traumatic events that took place in my life, and I am healing, and I am isolating myself and quieting down the noise from the outside so I could understand what makes me feel this way. So I could just make a sense of my feelings and the things that I go through, even as a woman. I remember for so many years, I had imposter syndrome. I've done great things in my life, and I would get in these spaces and I would feel like I did not belong. This clip reminds me that, hey, you do belong. You actually worked hard, blood, sweat, and tears to get here. You belong there. You fought for that position. You belong there. And don't ever let a person tell you you do not, because you do. I like how she talks about being authentic. And what I got from that is what my notes say is that authenticity through your personality, your true personality, who you really are, is alignment. Being who you are. A lot of I used to make I used to make content before this, and I used to be so nervous and I used to shrink myself because of all of the years of people shrinking me and telling me, calling me weird for the things that I like. I like to be out in nature with no shoes on. I like the ground. I like pickleball. I like skating. I like drawing and coloring still. I tapped into my inner child and I'm doing all the things that I used to enjoy as a kid. So I can heal that little girl that those things happened to. You know what I mean? That was told that I was too much, or I need to be quiet, or I'm speaking out of turn and stay out of grown folks' business. That stuff will over time or have you go into a shell. So that clip was so important, and I liked how she spoke to Keke Palmer like, your personality is huge, don't apologize for it. I talk about this in my people pleasing video. She talked about people pleasing too. Oh, she touched on so many different things. I can't obviously put the entire interview here, but just a few things I wanted to talk about and touch bases on because it resonated with me.
You found a way to create an ecosystem around things that are actually very the big ideas about growth, about inspiration,
about who you can be,
about who you can be.
It's not just who you can be. It's like who you already are. But can you meet the rising? I mean, you've already been created to do great things, and stop playing with yourself.
How did
So now that clip right there resonated with me because, again, once you feel like you found your purpose, once you've worked so hard to get in that space, can you handle it? Are you going to be able to feel like you deserve to be there? Have you worked on your self-confidence enough to be able to walk in any space, whether it's content creation, whether it's a corporate job? Are you going to be able to safely sit in these spaces like, hey, I have arrived. I belong here.
again, like, was that just that connection? Like, I'm always trying to figure out how to distill what has allowed me to become, because the process of becoming is so.
I can tell you what it is. Even if you haven't articulated it for yourself, it means you listened to something beyond the voice in your head. You were the observer of the voice in your head, like we were talking about.
Ooh. So Oprah talked about one of my favorite topics in this clip. She talked about the observer effect, which is a quantum physics theory. I talk about this in one of my other videos about don't believe everything you think. I'll post a link down in the description so you can check it out. But I talk about how we are observers of thought based on quantum physics and quantum mechanics and quantum theory. You are not supposed to take your thoughts as law. I talk about the brain and how the main job of the brain is just to help us to survive. So she's telling Keke that she realized, because Keke said she also read A New Earth. So basically, Keke realized that she is not her thoughts, and she was able to get outside of her thoughts, because thoughts are noise. They're very noisy. You are able to get outside of your thoughts to hear a different voice related to your purpose from the creator.
And you were able to listen to the still, small voice that led you forward. Every decision that has brought you success, and me success, and anybody else who's listening, has come from that space of something that's bigger than you, that has a dream for you, for lack of a better word, that has a design for you, that's waiting for you to find the flow for yourself. And
So here she talks about once you can get outside of your thoughts and you understand and recognize that you are not your thoughts, that you can connect with the creator, the thing, the energy, the force, the life force that's greater than yourself. You can tap into that and you can flourish. Alignment is getting out of your head, getting out of your thoughts, connecting with source energy, the creator, and working in collaboration with the creator to do great things here in this realm, to live out your purpose. That is alignment. You have to operate out of authenticity. You have to be real. You have to take the mask off. You can't be afraid of what others may think when you do this thing or about the ideas. Stop telling people your ideas. Don't tell it, just do it. But I love that clip for this reason.
The way to the flow is the truth. You can't do it if you're not in truth. You can't do it if you're abusing yourself. You can't do it if you allow other people to be in your life to diminish you. You are punishing yourself. It is a violent act against yourself to allow other people in your life to diminish you and to not lift you and exalt you. If you don't have other people who see you for the light that you are, for the joy that you are, for the goodness that you bring, you are with the wrong people. I don't care how that shows up in your life. If it's somebody you're working with, if it's somebody you're in deep relationship with, the reason that person keeps showing up in your life is for you to make the change. You can't change them. That's why The Wizard of Oz is one of the greatest teachings ever.
It's excellent.
It's excellent.
So it was good for her to mention the importance of having good people in your corner, not people pleasing. Surround yourself with like minds. Surround yourself with good people that are going to uplift you and not put you down. You are doing yourself a disservice. Why aren't you being good to yourself? Granted, people come in your life to show you who you are. But once you do the shadow work and you just have to pay attention to who's in your circle. Once you get rid of a person, don't bring them back if they didn't mean you any good. Once they show you who they are, believe them, get rid of them, block them from your social medias, block them from your phone. Don't ever talk to them again. Because you are the most important thing to you. At least you should be. You should want to be. Keep good people in your corner so you can work on yourself, so you can quiet the noise and enter the flow state.
That's why I'm saying that anytime you think it's about the other person, that person is showing up to show you who you are. So if you're in a relationship where you take in a lot of stuff, it's really not about that person. It's about what is it about you that doesn't have the value for yourself that you're willing to let yourself be treated that way.
So now she's talking about self-worth and value of self. People come into your life to show you who you are. Once a person does something to you that you do not like and you keep allowing it to happen, you do not love yourself. You value that person more than you value self. This is also where letting go of bitterness. I do a lot of shadow work. I had to stop being upset with people for the things that they've done to me, that I allowed them to do to me. I had to take some accountability, like, hey, you allowed it. At any point you could have left. At any point you could have blocked them. At any point you could have walked away. So you really have to sit with yourself, and that's hard to do. People make shadow work look really pretty, and I know we do. I mean, I got my little cute little journals with my little Hey Arnold sticker, but baby, it really gets sticky in the field. Shadow work ain't pretty. It's pretty ugly. So once you sit with yourself and you take accountability, that takes some time too. You take accountability. But honestly, I felt like a huge weight was lifted up off of me once I realized the parts I played in all of it. The universe is going to give you you. Until you change you, the people around you will not change. That's how that works. The law of cause and effect. Intentions.
It's not about him. So now I thank him. I thank him. I realize that all of the bad relationships were my best teachers. My best teachers. So if you're in a bad relationship, if you were somebody that's not loving you the way you want to be loved or seeing you the way you want to be seen, that's not on them. That's on you. That's on you. And the reason it keeps showing up wearing a different pair of pants is because God, the universe, the life force is trying to get you to see it. And how bad does it have to get for you to see it? That's why it's happening.
Learning so many different languages, so to speak. And then by the time that you get there, the very people that were motivating you to get to that place sometimes don't even recognize you. You go from being the underdog or someone that people are rooting for to sitting on the top of the mountain, and all of a sudden you don't look the same.
To them.
To them.
Yeah. But those are the people who couldn't handle the oxygen.
It was at this point in the interview where I knew Oprah ain't nobody to be played with, baby. Baby said they couldn't handle the oxygen. Baby said they couldn't handle the climb. Baby, everybody can go. Me and my friend talk about this all the time. You get people that they already see your worth. They already see your light. They already see your star power. And they try to quickly dim your light so that you won't make it to your destination and fulfill your purpose that the divine has for you. And then when they fail at that, they try to tear you down. They started bringing up the past. Oh, you used to, I remember you used to, all the bad things, all the poor decisions you made. They started a smear campaign. Oh, they try to tear you down so bad, releasing receipts, footage, old videos of your old self, things you've elevated from in hopes to keep you down and not surpassing them, because instead of them getting somewhere and building a better life and doing the work and getting things done and living out their divine purpose. Oh, no. I don't want to be shit, but I also don't want you to be shit because I ain't shit. So I'm going to tear you down so that I won't feel bad for not being shit. That's how that works. That's how it always going to work. So everybody can't go. You got to leave some folks behind. Block.
They couldn't handle the climb. So you cannot bring everybody along with you. And I will say this to anybody who's listening at whatever level you are, particularly if you are the first person in your family to break through. On point with what I knew I needed to do. And one of the things that changed that show was another book called Seed of the Soul by Gary Zukov that I read in 1989. And it shifted everything for me, because in that book he talks about intention. That no matter what you're doing in life, that there is the law of cause and effect. Everybody who's listening to us right now, you believe in the law of karma, which is the same as the law of cause and effect. But before there's a cause, there's an intention. And that intention is going to always determine the effect.
So here again, she talks about the laws of karma and the laws of cause and effect. I've read this book called The 12 Universal Laws. Actually, XXX had made a video about study your laws. And so I'm like, okay, let me look into that. Change my life. So in this clip, this is what she talks about.
Study your laws, the laws of
You're just a photograph and a story to them.
Yes.
She would say,
an avatar.
They don't know your heart. They don't know anything about you. So those people who are dragging you, ragging on you, whatever, cannot hold a candle to the light God already has shining on your face. And it reminds me of, one of my favorite things to do now that I got 2 new knees starting 2021.
Oh, I love that.
One of my favorite things to do is to hike.
Yes, new knees.
Yes, new knees.
Oh, yes.
And one of the reasons why I love hiking is because it's such a great metaphor for life. And the higher the mountain, the better the hike for me. And the reason is you don't look at how far you have to go. If you start out looking at how far you have to go, you will be thwarted. You will feel like, oh, how am I going to get up there?
Dealing with the own things that I have going on in my life, or people that are listening, that is a very hard thing to always hold on to.
Well,
because you don't know when it's coming.
It's coming. But faith is knowing that it is coming. This is a thing that I wish I should teach a class. I really should. First of all, we are all ordering up our lives all the time, and you are in co-creation with the main creator.
Yes, right.
And you are doing that by the way you think. So anything that is happening in your life right now, that's going on in your life, if you look at, there's a wonderful line in A New Earth by Eckhart Tolle.
Girl. You the reason why I read that book.
Okay.
It almost made me have a brain aneurysm, but I held on.
Really?
And it changed my life.
Isn't
when
it
he
life-changing?
said, what a relief it is to know that the voice inside my head is not me.
Yes. That's one of
said, well,
many beautiful. Who in the hell is it, right? Yeah.
But then you're like, well, I'm the one observing it.
Yeah. That is a big thing.
It's huge.
Oh, you're there. You're there. Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's it.
You put me on to that.
I mean, I'm telling you, when you get that, you have like graduated. You have like graduated. So the other important thing that he said that is so relevant to whatever situation you're going through is life will give you the exact experience you need for the elevation of your consciousness, which is why we're all here.
Yeah.
Life is going to give you exactly what you need at any given time to grow you up. That's really what he's saying. The elevation of your consciousness is just for you becoming who you're supposed to be. So life is going to give you the exact experience you need. And how do you know that's the experience you need? Because it's the experience you're having right now. So whatever is going on, you just look at it and you say, okay, what you trying to teach me? What is it I'm not getting? What is it I need to know? Why does this keep happening? Why does this keep showing up? Wearing a different pair of pants. Why do I always end up in this situation? You're supposed to truly ask that, not from a, why is this always happening to me? But really, what am I supposed to get that I'm not getting? And how do I grow from this?
I have one more clip. And this clip is where Oprah speaks life into Keke Palmer. And I absolutely adore this moment. It was so girly girl of her, and it inspired me so much to uplift and inspire, which is the whole reason of this channel. But I'm gonna insert that clip. And also too, I want to say, when it comes down to Oprah, don't shoot the messenger. Everyone has a message. That's all I gotta say. I'm gonna go ahead and add this clip in there and finalize this here video.
That I'm in that space. It was a gift to me.
Yeah.
And the same thing, you're rising. I see you rising, and I see you meeting that rising for yourself. And I will tell you that your future is so bright, it burns my eyes. That's what's coming for you. That is what's coming for you. Because you are willing to be in alignment with the true purpose of your life, and you're not just out here playing.
It doesn't matter if she's wearing a mini skirt or a business suit. Whether she's 25 or 99, treat her the way your mama taught you to. She could be the queen, Sheba. She could be your school teacher, a homemaker or a lawyer. I think it's good for your karma. When you talk to her like you want somebody to talk to your mama. Yeah, talk it smart with her, have a heart to heart with her, just like you would with your daughter. Yeah, 'cause everything you do or say, you got to live with it every day. She's somebody's baby. She's somebody's sister, she's somebody's mama.